Over the short time we've known each other, we've become something of a family, I believe. In fact, somebody was saying that to me this morning, how this is like a sort of spiritual family, and that's really good. When the family has problems or difficulties, they belong to all of us to a certain extent. And I want to just bring two situations. We'll pray for them first, and then we'll move on to the more Christmassy part of the meeting. So I hope that's okay with you. The first one, that her husband Pierre is in the Navy. He's actually in the Royal Fleet Auxiliary, which works closely with the Royal Navy. And he is at sea, I guess at this moment. He keeps coming and going, but he's on duty at the moment. The ship seems to have adopted us to some extent, and I would love for us just to pray for the captain, crew, officers and crew of the ship is called Orange Leaf. The thing I'd like to pray about especially, and I'm sure this is close to all your hearts, is Jenny's great-grandson, Toby. You probably remember that we prayed for Toby pretty much each month, I think, since he was born. And down at Porto, we've done exactly the same thing. We've prayed for him regularly in the church. And he's passed away, and we will not see him anymore until we reach the life to come. First of all, will you bless Pierre and the crew of the ship? Lord, will you, and the officers as well, of course. And Lord, we now pray for Toby. Lord, I do pray for him because I know you will listen to whatever prayers we make. But do you know, I don't feel there's any danger for Toby. I feel that he's in a very safe place in your arms. I really think we need to stand up, especially in this weather, to sing this one. Is your mic close enough for you?
Some 700 years before the birth of Christ, prophets brought messages from God to his people, begging them to turn back to him and telling mankind that there was to be a way for men to be reconciled with their Creator. Isaiah wrote,
"The Lord himself will give you the sign. Look, the virgin will conceive a child. She will give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel," which means God is with us.
Meanwhile, a prophet called Micah told us that this child would be born in Bethlehem.
Emmanuel, shall come to thee, explain, Mr. Cohen. Well, I can well understand why you're angry, really, yes. I mean to say, I'd be angry too if I was in your position. To the village, yes, and no, just the three of us, and well, there was a baby, a boy, and
The Jews, we have saw his star as it rose, and we have come to worship him. King Herod was deeply disturbed when he heard this, as was everyone in Jerusalem. He called a meeting of the leading priests and teachers of religious law and asked, "Where is the Messiah supposed to be born?" "In Bethlehem in Judea," they said. "For this is what the prophet wrote, and you, O Bethlehem,
Star of light, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
Christmas is the time of year when everybody gets excited. When I was small, Christmas didn't start in November as it does nowadays in most places. We used to put up our tree and our decorations on Christmas Eve and then go to church for the midnight service. We'd get back from the midnight service and get to bed about 1 o'clock, only to wake up again about 5:30 to see what presents Santa had left for us. It was somehow more intense and exciting in those days than it is now that it's been diluted down to last about 2 months. So let's think together for a few moments about Christmas and the things that make up our memories of a time of celebration and family fun. Today I want to look at some of the things that help remind us of Christmas and remind us especially of the God of Christmas, who is also the God of the New Year, the God of Easter, and the God of every other day of the year, if we will allow it. I can still remember when we used to put real candles onto the branches, little tiny ones, and we had to be really careful not to set fire to the tree. And I see there's others who can remember those. This Christmas, those who choose to can follow him and experience that presence. We can leave here just as we walked in and go and enjoy all that Christmas has on offer. Or we can say to him right now, "Jesus, I believe that you are here because you promised you would be. I pledge to follow you for the rest of my life. Make it the happiest Christmas ever. For you, for the angels in heaven, for Jesus Christ himself, and for us, and for the rest of us as well." Thank you very much.